Before the video starts, head down below, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Check out all our socials in the description and hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Welcome back, Offbeat, episode 24.
24. Fucking, that's near, like.
That's more than half a year, is it? No, it's not.
Is it? No?
It's bad maths by me.
Shit.
How long have you been going then? No.
So we started just about 5.5 months ago, something like that. It's pretty mental, that.
Yeah, fair play.
How are you, Dan?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not
I'm
too
excited
bad.
for this
Not too
one.
bad.
We've got a
I'm
special
excited
guest.
for this one. Very special guest.
Oh, for him. Not, he has no clue who I am. Yeah.
So, are we introducing you as Dave? As in Bood, or?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I go off by Bood online, but because Dave's a bit boring, isn't it?
Bood FM, everybody.
Yeah, I went to school with about 1 million Daves, so you need a nickname. So
How did Bood come about then?
can I talk about? Well,
You can talk about whatever we don't have any rules on here, so
Right.
we've been saying this. We just kind of.
Bood's a nickname from when I was I'm old. So when I was 18, the internet started actually becoming a thing. We all went in chat rooms, football chat rooms, giving people shit. So we didn't want to use your real name.
So he's football Twitter back in the day.
Yeah, well,
you started football Twitter.
When United was good, so you give loads of people shit because you could, and we needed nicknames. And I used to smoke weed, so I had an ashtray of weed from this.
It was Bud, and you gone from Bud to Bood then.
No, so I had an ashtray. Buddha. I had an ashtray I got from somewhere. It's like a gravestone. It used to use for my spliffs, and it just had Buddha on it. So I just nicked Bood, and then I've used that ever since for everything. That's it.
Have you ever told that story?
Yeah, well, maybe once, but yeah, that's it.
Exclusives, yeah.
Yeah. Comes from smoking weed, which you should never do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Just in case any officers are watching.
Yeah. There was another Dave that did it, what I do, and then Dave's bought it, Dave FM or something. It's like some shit radio host, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't sound right at all.
So yeah, I just use my nickname. I've used it on Xbox and on any online game or anything like that. So yeah, stuck with it. Yeah.
Well, you can't really rebrand now, can you?
But then, like,
you've gone a bit too far now.
Well, yeah, but I'm a bus driver as well, and with the masks. I had a guy got on my bus recently, and he was like, and I was like, what? He's like, I was like, what? He went, sorry, are you Bood? I was like, oh, yeah. I didn't know what he was saying. I thought he was giving me shit.
Yeah, to be honest, if he was coming to you like, are you Dave? You'd be like, shit, how does he know me?
It's a bit, it's a bit like, fucking Dave.
Yeah.
You're thinking like some random pub story from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's just a nickname, like, so I've stuck with it on my channel. I'm a YouTuber.
Oh yeah, we're going to say, do you want to kind of introduce a bit about what you do in your spare time then?
Yeah, well, I'm a bus driver, part-time bus driver, full-time YouTuber. That's what I say. Unfortunately, it's the other way around. But yeah, do Football Manager, Let's Plays, and different videos online on YouTube. Bit of an hobby, and it's fun. Yeah,
I mean, it's something that I'd love to get into. I feel like the streaming element would be.
That's the new thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like that looks a little bit more fun, just 'cause it's more interactive.
You'd be good at it, I think, because I'm a big fan. I couldn't get on Joe Rogan, so I've come here. But yeah, no, I'm
Joe Rogan? You're
never heard of you before, had I? But now, when you asked me on a few weeks ago, I've spent time watching, and I really enjoy it. Like, but I think you'd be good at streaming because you can just talk and talk.
He can talk.
Yeah,
right?
but talk. But he's interesting with it as well. He's not just yabbering on. So I think you'd be good, and you're at a good age for it. Like me now, I'd love to do it, but with my full-time job and my kids and all that, streaming, you've got to sacrifice 2 or 3 hours.
I think it's something that I'm definitely going to get into because now I've got an actual office in my new house. It's something I can actually full on go into.
It's blowing up in it, and people love it, and you'll make more money off that than YouTube.
Yeah, and there's a lot of the new kind of Football Manager big YouTubers have all come from streaming. So Clates, who I was talking to before, he started off streaming just himself in his bedroom, and now he's like one of the big ones.
Yeah. I mean, they make money. The guy who hoodie I'm wearing, he makes more money than me because people give you a lot. They give you like
tips
donations.
And all that,
Yeah. I mean, I can make good, decent-ish, like a part-time job. But if I did streaming as well, I could probably go full-time. But I haven't got the time for it. I reckon I'd be good at it.
I think you'd be good at it.
I just haven't got the time. Like,
if you were to stream, Luke, what would you stream?
It'd be Football Manager, definitely. The good thing about Football Manager is you can make stories so easily.
Yeah.
So if you look at like a FIFA, we have like little Let's Plays, like different games and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all centred. You have to talk around FIFA. But if you look at like the Football Manager.
Plus, one thing about Football Manager is if you were playing FIFA or whatever game, COD, you sat there, aren't they, like that, and they're focused on it. Whereas on Football Manager, you've had all that time in between where you could just go, all right, guys, and you can concentrate chatting to your people and keep it going because you've got a lot of time in between, don't you?
This is going to be a lot of brand new things for you today.
Well, to be honest, I've watched a Football Manager series before. You know Spencer?
Oh, yeah. So Spencer
did the hashtag years ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
With Thingy before he became massive. True Geordie. Did you ever see that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I played Football Manager for a long time.
What's your first one?
Oh, my first one would have been probably, so it would have been on my, I used to like go on my brother's laptop and play with, so whenever my brother was out, I'd go on, it'd probably be like 15, 16. Right. So it wasn't
too long ago. Not like 95 or 6 or whatever.
I'm presuming would yours be Champ Manager?
Champ Manager,
yeah. Yes, it would be before
Champ Manager.
Yeah. That's what it used to be called.
Right,
so
okay.
it was Champ Manager, and they have a different company, and they split into two, and they've ended up going with Sega, but they couldn't take the name with them, so they had to change it to Football Manager. If I'm talking to a mate or whatever, an old school mate, and they'll be like, "You going playing Champ?" I still call it Champ.
Do you?
Off camera, yeah, because that's what it is to me.
Yeah.
Regen, new gen. You won't know what I'm talking about. Why are you?
Yeah, I'm a new gen.
Oh, you don't know
for the
so
he's got no idea. There's gonna be so many likes.
It's a big question, though, isn't it, in the Football Manager world? So basically, when you're playing the game, you can play. You could play for hundreds of years if you wanted. So when a player retires, and you can get new players come in, but they computer generated.
Right.
So old school people call them regens, but there's been this big thing now.
I call it new gens.
You've got to call them a new gen. I know it sounds silly. But yeah, that's a big thing.
I'm a bit of a FIFA career mode player, and I've got regens.
I used to love FIFA.
I'm on my third season.
Yeah,
so.
I don't really play FIFA. See, third season. Oh mate, on some of my like saves, I've gone like 25 stupid years, and that's playing all the way through. Obviously, and that's not simming. Like some of them.
25 years.
Yeah. So
40 Manager.
Yeah, so they're only the ones where I've done a 10.
Yeah, personal save. I would. Before I did YouTube, I could go 30 years into something. And
it's so easy to do though.
Yeah.
You get engrossed in the game.
What's the type of how much time are you putting into this for like a season?
Shitload. It's because you don't have to, on FIFA. You need. It's like you were saying before. You need to concentrate constantly. You need to be always on the ball. But Football Manager, you could sit there, go and make your tea for 2 hours, and just leave it playing, and you can just have it simming next to you.
So like in between a game, you can go and do stuff or whatever. You can always just put it down and come back to it, and put it down and come back to it, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a top game. I love it, but then I'm obsessed with it. And that's why I got into it, because I played it all the time.
I'm always playing it. So as you can see, like my setup there, 2 screens. I'm always.
Well, we'll say it kind of got in a way it got ruined for me, because now I never really. I don't
play it for fun, yeah. You play it for work.
I ain't got the time, so anytime I've got to play, it's got to be for my channel. So I've lost that little bit of fun, but I still love doing it, because I've just done a series recently. I thought I'll have a go myself, and after about 3 weeks into it, I'm like, I need to put this on YouTube. I can't not do it. It's hard. Do you know what I mean? So
it makes sense, because you can't spend that long, because the amount of time you will be spending playing it, especially when you're working as well.
Yeah. You
need to with us with this podcasting sometimes. I've got edit. And it takes a good couple hours to edit it.
You get better and better. Like when I first started, so one of my videos can be like 45 minutes long, but I put it down to about 20. Mm-hmm. And then an edit will take me about an hour. But when I first started, it was taking me like 3 or 4 hours, because you get better and quicker, and you learn techniques and all that. So you'll cram it down, but it does take time. Yeah, I've had a lot of times when I nearly had to quit because the missus was, this is taking the piss. You know what I mean?
This is what Tony does sometimes to me. She's like, you need to stop editing. But so because I have an hour dinner break now, I can do most of it in my hour dinner break, and then if I start on the Monday, comes out on the Wednesday evening, Tuesday, I'll have it all done in my 2 dinner breaks. So it's dead easy.
So I did a deal with the wife, so she's basically got free reign on the TV now. So all the shit I have to watch, like the Bake Off and Cheshire Housewives and all that crap.
Hey, let's not slag off a Bake Off.
So at least I can edit, and that's why I have a laptop. I've never gone for the PC, because you'd be locked. I'd be stuck in a corner with a laptop. I can take it to bed, so you can watch Bake Off, and I'll just be like fucking either playing it or editing. Do you know what I mean?
That's actually a great idea. I've never thought of that.
Yeah, the shit I have to watch in the background, like pottery. Was she watching the Great?
The Great Pottery Throwdown. That's fucking quality. No,
every time someone does a good pot, he goes, "Oh, fucking hell, it's the best thing I've ever." He starts crying every time.
Whenever there's a crack in it, and they put it in like the oven or whatever to eat, and it comes out of the crack, and they all look like they're gonna cry, and I'm like, it's a fucking pot, mate. But it is good. It is quite good.
I'm sure it is.
One where they make dresses, and what's that one? Sewing Bee.
The Great, so I don't watch that.
Well, I don't, but I have to, because it's there. So you end up getting into it. Love Island, fucking hate it, but you end up so what's going on? Is he going to dump her? I don't give a shit. But it's there. It's on all the time.
Shit TV you don't need to think about though. That's what I love about it. Like when you come after you've had like a shit day at work, you come in. You don't want to think about something, do you? You just put something shit on like that.
I just love Big
You've got to draw the line at like Corrie though.
Oh yeah, soaps.
Do you watch Corrie?
No,
I don't either.
Soaps.
So the wife used to watch Corrie, EastEnders. She never watched Emmerdale, which is weird because she's from Huddersfield, and I thought she would because it's like farmy.
Yeah.
But my mum and that still watch it. But I've got her off that years ago, and we don't bother with soaps.
You got her off it. It's not like an addiction.
It fucking was. Corrie and Enders. It's on every day. One of the other.
It's like a full-time job, isn't it? Watching them.
Yeah.
No.
People love it though as well.
And people think it's real life as well.
Yes,
they
do,
don't they? Give people shit in the street.
Yeah, fucking actor. Like, calm down. I've got a friend who works as a runner on Coronation Street.
Yeah.
And she's literally there all the time. Like, it's a full-time job for her. But like, and she's there like going on about people like giving shit out. And
it's mad. I mean, I one of my old jobs was a few years ago now. When they were building City's training ground. Mm-hmm. One of the 2 jobs we had was delivering to that, which was awesome as a United fan. I was watching that get built, think I fucking hate this place, but it's good. And they were building Corrie at the same time, so I was getting to see that during the new set.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. Yeah. But I don't watch it. I know some of the old people in it because I used to watch as a kid when I lived with my mum.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I do soaps.
Like nowadays, no idea. Like, I couldn't name like.
No.
Unless like the old characters like EastEnders, like Ian Beale and that.
Ian Beale.
If they're still in it, then I can name them.
I think he is, to be fair.
But any of the new characters, I have no idea.
No.
Like, no.
I just watch like Netflix if I've got time, or YouTube and stuff.
Disney Plus is a big one for me.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, yeah.
I'm a big Star Wars and Marvel geek me, so that's
So if in the spare room I've got a Groot display, so I love display stuff like that. I am such a marvel.
Sponsor link in the description.
Yeah.
I wish. Imagine getting sponsored by Display. So many YouTubers are sponsored by him, and they're like, oh, I'd love to, but yeah, like when it comes to geeky stuff, I'm such.
Same here, mate. Love it.
Love the Marvel.
Used to be embarrassed by stuff when I was younger. Now I don't give a shit.
Oh, same, 100%. Like, imagine if we'd have started this in high school.
Oh
yeah, you get pounded.
Yeah, you get bullied, but like now, I've not had a bad. Like someone say something bad about this.
No, I haven't.
Which is mental because like the stigma is people take the piss out of you.
Yeah.
Even our mates.
But don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had loads of people who've come to me when they've started out and they're like, do you tell anyone you do it? And they keep it like a deep dark secret. They go in the bedroom and make Football Manager videos.
That's one of the first questions you ever asked me. Do you want to? I tried getting you on to start this with us. First question you asked was, "Are we going to tell people?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, and the answer was, "Oh, I'm glad you said that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it."
Yeah.
About not telling people. But I don't care.
No, I don't.
Some of the things I do on a night out, I do a lot more things that are embarrassing than a fucking podcast.
The thing is, I've found as well is if you just own it, when people do ask you, they go, fucking hell, and they're kind of jealous that you actually go and doing something because a lot of people don't. Being creative and doing stuff, it's good, isn't it?
People so how come, in the first place, how come you started YouTube?
Well, I played the game, I've played it for like 27 years, so I've been playing it all the way through school and college and all that stuff. And then I've always made videos. If you go back on my channel years ago, like 2010, I was making like family videos and stuff. Some of them got no sound because I didn't know about copyright, so I was just using music on it and they took the sound off. But I enjoyed doing that for years, and then weirdly, I worked for my cousin for a bit in Denton. He owns freeways. So I've got a fucking kitchen worktop on my back. I'm 6'3", so I've had to go right down in this door. My back was popped like that. Fucking murdered. I slipped a disc.
Yeah.
Off work for 6 months, couldn't walk for months. So when you're at home, you're just battering the TV, you've watched everything. I think I was just probably looking for something, like a guide or something on FM.
Yeah.
And then I found a guy called Second Yellow Card.
Yeah.
You know him, yeah. And he was playing Football Manager and editing it. It's like my 2 favourite things. And I'd loads of time on my hands, so I started doing it, but didn't have a clue what I was doing.
So that was your lockdown?
It was kind of like, it's like my lockdown on my own, because that's what's happened this year. A lot of people have started doing it because they had nothing to do.
It makes sense. I wish I did, but I still lived with my parents at the start of lockdown. So I moved out just after the first lockdown ended.
Oh, right.
And then second lockdown was just kind of like just getting through it. When it only lasted about a month.
How are you finding this independence? Like?
Oh, I love it. I could never go back now.
No, right. You won't want to, because when I was, me and my missus had been together 16 years, but in 2010 we had a bit of a fallout. We split up for a year. Got over with people, we thought we were done. But I went back to my mum's. Fucking...
It's mental. Just a little thing
I was 32, 31. And I was like, I've had my own house for years.
Yeah.
My mum's coming in like that. So you're coming home tonight? What time are you in? I'm like, I'm fucking 32. I couldn't even
why have you got a mug on there? What do you mean, why have I got a mug there? I don't give a shit.
Just chilling out. Just walks in. I'm like, I could be having a wank, man. Fucking hell. 32, you know what I mean? So...
yeah, I could never go back. Like, just the independence.
Yeah, once you've got your own house, it's mint, and it's walking around in a nuddy, not caring.
Just little things like that. I do it all the time. Like sometimes when I'm working, I'm just sat there in my fucking boxes.
But you can.
Yeah, as long as I'm not on camera.
It's the worst when you're at Sky meetings, isn't it?
It'll be better when now you've got your own gaff. Because we rented for a couple of years, and you just feel like you can't. It's not really.
Again, yeah, it's
yours.
Just not
you can't do anything, and when you got your own house, it's a good feeling. Like.
Just a little thing like I wanted to put a fucking shelf up in the kitchen for ages. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Now I can do whatever I want.
Do you reckon you'd be able to put a shelf up anyway?
In it, I couldn't.
Get Billy to do it. It's like, our mate's like the only one. So it's weird, our friendship group. We've got one tradesman in our friendship group.
Yeah.
There's like a northern group of lads. That's a bit odd.
I've got 3 and they're all electricians, I think.
Oh, you want to have a big mix, don't you?
Who does it though nowadays?
See, Billy does everything. He's
Jack of all trades, isn't he?
Yeah, he does everything.
Give me his number because I need some shelves and pictures. Been in my new house for 3 years. We've got pictures stashed behind a cupboard somewhere. The wife's moaning at me. Fuck that. I tried it with a drill. End up putting holes like that big going straight through walls or wires or something.
I'd have no idea. I'd have absolutely no idea. I'm clueless. But then if you give me something to do like a computer, I know inside. I'm such a nerd.
I blame my dad because he's mint. He's fixes cars.
I'm
only a
same.
teacher.
Same.
My dad fixes cars.
Same.
He used to have a little side business. He built our house. One of my mum's in now. He built half of it on his fucking own by reading books out of fucking brick. And it's like I could never do that.
It's like taking my bed apart today and taking it all. My dad had to just look at the bed. He unscrewed it all, took it all apart, took it back up and put it all back together. And I looked at him like, it took me 3 hours to do that with the instructions like a few weeks ago.
But then because they've always done it for you.
Yeah.
But now I've got 2 sons. I keep thinking to myself, shit, I can't do fuck all.
You have to rent someone to come and teach. They'll be shit at it when they get older. They'll do it on themselves.
No, I'm crap. Can't do any.
I have absolutely no idea. And it's really bad saying that, innit? Because you should at least know how to put a shelf up.
I'm sure you could put a shelf up.
Watch a YouTube video.
Yeah. That's all I do. Oh, the most embarrassing thing
I had to do it to change a headlight on my car. I was like, how the fuck do we get into that? Found a YouTube video. There's one for everything, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, your dad was so... Yeah, your dad's pretty shit
switched on with that,
I had to do it, so I forgot. I never knew how to tie a tie, right? This is embarrassing.
What about school?
In school, we had clip-on ones.
Fuck's sake.
You had a clip-on tie in school?
Really?
Yeah, we had clip-on ties.
It's good for fights, so innit? At school, with us, you used to get your tie.
Yeah. Straight away, people used to just rob them all the time, throw them over fences, throw them over gates all the time. You just lose your tie.
Rough shit. That school was rough when my dad was a teacher.
It was fucking rough when I was but it's quite good because the amount of characters. We never had a boring day in school.
No, well, like I said to you off camera, I used to go on holiday I call it Ducky Eye, Astley. What's it called now? Rainer.
It's called Rainer Stevens.
So I used to go for 10 years. I went skiing, and then we'd go in the summer to France. So I knew loads of people from Ducky who I still know now. And some mad people I used to go on holiday with and be like, no, getting up to all sorts. And my dad's there as a teacher.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing. Smoking fags and getting beer and all that. You know. Like 13, 14.
I was one of the... I was seen as like an anomaly at my school because I never smoked.
Yeah.
Everyone else smoked.
Yeah.
What was it like at yours?
Not really. I mean...
I suppose around here...
A lot of people smoke.
Tory in around here. So.
I smoked. I used to smoke. I smoked for 20 years. From being 12 to 32.
I think it's odd that I don't know why, because all of my mates when I was in high school, every single one of them smoked.
Yeah.
Like practically all. Adam didn't. It was me and Adam who really didn't.
Yeah.
But like most of the people smoked, and I just used to stand there at the shops. Like I used to get home at like 3:45.
Stinking.
Yeah, my mum must have thought like, what is he doing? I must have stunk of smoke.
Yeah.
Never smoked myself.
Yeah.
But I'd get home at like 4:00, just standing at the shops while my fucking mates had a smoke, and it's fucking weird when you look back here now, isn't it?
I mean, fags are hanging, but I was only a kid. And you get into it, you fuck that. Right? Once it gets you, and then you become an adult. And you just, I'll quit next year. And just keep putting it off. But yeah, and it's well hard to quit.
Yeah, well, we've only got like 2 of our mates who smoke. Luckily, they've moved on to e-cigs now.
Yeah.
Have you seen these new things that are going around? These geek bars.
No.
They're like disposable e-cigs.
Oh, that might in the petrol station.
Yeah, but they're like twice the nicotine of a normal cig. So people are like having them on like nights out and stuff. And now loads of kids are addicted to nicotine, but they never smoked a cig.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
loads of people have done that. You know,
Like,
people who've
so
got into
odd.
vaping and never had a fag.
It's odd. And I'm like, I'm looking at them like, that's a bit fucking cringy. That everyone's doing them. These geek bars. Everyone. I'm like, what's the fucking point? What is the actual point in it? There's no point in that at all.
We've got a mate that whizzed one out on Christmas Eve. I'm not going to name him.
Oh shit, yes!
But he's the most unlikely person to ever have a smoke. He used to always take the piss out of one of my other mates for vaping. Right. And he just whizzed one out on Christmas Eve. I was like, what are you doing with that, pal?
Ripping for it.
Yeah. He's one of them, he's proper quiet lad.
Why do you never name him, do you, any of these characters? The guy who broke his arm, it was like, you beeping his name out or something.
Well, we had to, because it's one of them, now he's told us he won't be arsed us saying his name, but at the time, so he's like a nursing. He's doing like he's like a doctor going through like a doctor. So we were like, we're not going to name him, and the one we just said there. So he does like politics at uni.
Oh right, okay.
So again, we can't name him.
Got to get him on then.
He would say something that would stop him having a career before he's even started, would it? I've had to delete some videos of him. So when he used to get drunk, this is very much our friendship group that I'm talking to, we're going to be watching this, but he used to like to film himself walking home on a night out and sing songs.
Why?
And he'd sing like football chants. And he'd send them to me in the next morning, and I'd like screen record them, and they were awful. And he messaged me like a few months ago and was like, I'm so sorry, but can you please delete them? And he went, I trust you and everything, but he said, if anyone ever sees them, my career's ruined before it started. And I went, I rewatched him and went, fair enough, mate. So I just deleted him. I was like, I can't not do that.
I swear that, like, honestly, we've said this, me and my mates, if we'd had phones like now, when we were like late teens, early 20s, the shit like, I'd have had on tape. It'd been mint.
See, we've got to be careful. So we've got like a Twitter group chat where we send him really bad tweets in there. And it's one of them chats we don't talk about.
Well, I'm in a WhatsApp group from work and I will not tell you what's in it. I'll show it you after. It's fucking well wrong, but then some of it's really funny. But some of the stuff you're like, who the fuck thinks of this?
Imagine if like your manager at work saw this.
We'd be done.
Oh, like completely gone. What comedians always say that all the time. They always say, I think it was Adam Rowe actually, said something like, oh yeah, every person on earth has got a group chat that will ruin the career of life. And it's so true.
We were talking about work then, you're a bus driver, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is it true that all bus drivers know each other?
No.
Why do you wave at each other then? Are you one of them?
No, there's a rule. You don't wave. Even in the same company.
What company are you with? Are you a Stagecoach?
I'm Stagecoach. So say I'm at Stockport and there's Manchester and then there's Wythenshawe. Mm-hmm. And you all cross over different routes, but you only wave to your own depot. So if a Manchester driver's coming past, they won't. I used to wave like that. I'd be like, you wave come past you, fucking twat. So now I don't. It's a thing.
So it's like rival gangs, but Stagecoach depots.
You don't wave at
Manchester.
The only time I'll wave at another depot or another company is if it's like dead slow mo and they're looking at you like, fuck.
Oh, this is awkward.
That's it. Other than that, and even some guys in your own depot don't do it.
I wonder if it's like with like train drivers and stuff as well. Do you reckon it's like a big like anti like? What happens? Do you know when you have like a work to do? Do you ever go, like meet up with depots and do you just like go apart?
No, you don't have work to do like that.
So you'd have a Reaver over there.
No, fuck a Reaver off. No, they're the enemy. They are enemies, aren't they? Because other companies take your routes off you and it'd be a good route and you're like, it's like driving that. Bastards. Don't like them anymore, you know what I mean? It's not a bad job, man. It's crazy. It's a fucking... I never knew the shit I'd see in my job until I did it. Like
what mad shit do you see?
Fucking loads. Well, I've been attacked loads. About 6 months ago, guy got on, showed me a bit of tissue paper. I was like, what the fuck's that? He went, me ticket. I went, no, it ain't. It's a bit of bog paper. He went, no, give a fuck. I went, get off my bus. And he pulled out, he had jogging pants on, so I don't know where the fuck he was holding it. An hammer. Tapped it on his perspex, so I went, get the fuck out, I'm going to smash your head in. So just like, having like an alarm button, and he shit it when I pressed it. I'm like, fuck me. An hammer in your pants.
I'm presuming that's in like Stockport.
Yeah, on the 192.
Yeah.
Fucking long sight and levy.
Yeah.
But so I've had people like Kung Fu kick me door and all that shit. But then I've had the big three.
Big three. It's a big build up.
I was driving all on the 192. So I'm driving to town. I just hear all the old grannies screaming. Right. So I look round and all I can hear is he's got his cock out. He's pissing. There's a guy and he's just pissing all over. He's swilling up and down, proper yellow. I'm like, this is hanging, man. I was round the old women's feet. Hanging, right? You have to take the bus in, don't you? Like, yeah, mate, piss everywhere. Then after that, I've had a guy that's come playing his day and go like that, join me glass. Say, oh, mate, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I went, what? I went, I took a shit. Sorry. He gets off. He's just curled one out.
Sorry.
Curled one out on a seat. curl the shit out. I have to cancel the bus, take it in, shit on that seat, mate. I don't have to clean it. Best one though, I've only been in the job like 3 weeks and I don't do these duties anymore. So Sunday morning in town, I've picked a lad up at like 4 a.m. Been out on an all-nighter, but he was all right. So he's got on and there's no one else on it. I've gone all the way to Hazel Grove. Forgot he was on, just floating along half asleep. Get to Hazel Grove and I'm like, shit, he's upstairs asleep. So I've gone up. I said, yeah, mate, what are you doing? And, oh, shit, I fell asleep. I've got to go to Stockport. All right. So I'll give you a shout. I'll keep my eye on you on the camera. I'll give you a shout and we'll get there in case you fall asleep. So I've got to like near there. It's like a timing point.
Yeah.
So if you ever wonder why we sit for like two or 3 minutes, like, what the fuck's he doing? I've got to get to work. We have timing points. So I'll check on him, scroll through the camera, and I'm like, fuck off. Go back through the camera again. He's got his fucking pants down his ankles, playing his day, hard on, just cracking one off in front of the camera like that. What the fuck? Couldn't believe it. I'm like in shock. When I'm in job 2 week, 3 week, I'm like, what the fuck's this? So no one else on it. 2 more stops, he gets off, he's like, thanks mate, I went, get the fuck off here, you dirty bastard. Gone upstairs, he's just sprayed it everywhere. I'm
Grim!
Hanging.
What's he done this night out? What's he done?
He's probably been on something, and he's on his shit, but he knew I was checking on him, and he was like, he knew. Weirdo. But I think he knew.
Do you reckon he's in prison now, isn't he?
Probably.
He is, isn't he?
But you get that, you get people coming on and they'll take drugs on the bus who you don't know, and they'll fucking collapse. Someone's, not me, but one of my colleagues has someone die on a Brunny bus. Do the Brunny?
Yeah.
I've had people have had to like carry off.
Do you know Brinton? Lovely.
Rough.
Great place.
No offence. Rough.
Everyone in Brinton knows it's rough though. Everyone does.
But yeah, like you have to deal with shit, but then it can be easy as well. It's an easy job at times. Like we're just driving about, no one's giving you, when you're doing a nice little route or something. Just a one night too.
Can you ever get some like tunes on when you're driving? No.
Oh, imagine that.
I won't say his name, just in case. But one of my mates wears a hat and he has his little headphones in when the football's on. But if he got caught, you get sacked.
It's easy now to do that though. Now you got like AirPods and stuff. I remember like in high school, you used to have a wire
up your arm,
and then you used to put your arm, you put your hand on your ear like that.
Well, I was at high school. We had tape Walkmans. So you couldn't really do it.
Well, I got the boombox and you.
I had a mate used to. I remember us being on the Joe used to hang about outside around the shops.
Yeah.
And we could hear some music. Like, what the fuck's that? Mate comes up with a boombox on his shoulder. All like, gets a fuck, mate. You're not coming out with us with that on your shoulder, like
I can't.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something. No way.
I like how we've got you on and we've been dead excited. I'll be like, yeah,
football manager, you know.
Yeah. We'll talk about football.
Talk about pissing, shitting, and wanking on my boss.
This is all we do. We do it all the time. Like we spent on the last episode with Hannah. We spent 10 minutes talking about fucking gravy.
Do you know what? I agree with you. I'm a big gravy fan. Carvery, I always play it up. To the max, get as much on as I can, gravy the shit out of it, Yorkie, everything. You got to have gravy.
Fletcher's, do you go to Fletcher's?
Yeah.
I'll eat that.
What is that? Is that a carvery? I thought it was just pub.
I keep telling people.
Great carvery,
my oldest son's called Fletcher, and we tell everyone just taking the piss that we shagged in the car park, and that's all. It's not the real story.
If he ever watches, imagine if he ever watches back, we're gonna clip this swimming on his 18th.
So like Brooklyn Beckham, but we had a shag in the car park. We didn't. Do you know what I called him Fletcher? You might be too young. Do you remember Dream Team? You ever heard of Dream Team?
Oh, was it on Sky? That?
Yeah, years ago. The star striker was called Car Fletcher, and everyone used to call him Fletch. I used to love it. So this is years ago, probably your age. But as I got older, it always stuck in my head, and so I named him Fletch.
Your other son's not called Toby, is he?
Who? No.
Name after Carvery.
No.
That's actually pretty interesting. I said it as a joke the other day. So Tony was going on about we talked like dog names and like baby names. Yeah. And she started going on, and I said a joke. So I started singing the Edin Dzeko chant. I was like, whoa, and she was like, Edin. So now my son's gonna be called fucking Edin Bardsley.
Do you know what? It's fucking, that's good though. It's hard though, isn't it? It's hard naming your kids. It's well tough. Pets are easy. I've only ever had girl dogs, and she gives them like pretty names, like we had Poppy, Bella, Molly. But if I have a boy dog, she's always said I can name him, and if I do, I'm going to call him either Dave or Trev. I want to call him Trev. I'd love to be on the field like Trev. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
It's like
Trevor the dog.
Part 2, we're back.
Part 2, we're back.
Yeah, but we've had snacks. They lay it all out for you. Crisps. They're giving me blue M&Ms, didn't you?
Pork pies.
Yeah.
Pork pies. Why have you picked pork pies?
I think at like a buffet, I think that's the best thing on the buffet.
I reckon I'm a quiche man.
Yeah.
Oh, quiche. Quiche is good.
Quiche Lorraine. Always go for a quiche.
Yeah.
Pork pies are good though.
Pork pies are alright, aren't they?
Here's a question we always have at work because we all live off Greg's at work. What's your favourite pasty?
Okay, so it's got to be a festive bake, but obviously they're only
that's limited.
Yes, so sausage and bean. I always get 2 sausage and bean and get a sausage roll.
Yeah.
You
I'm
a fucking Greg's man, mate. Trust me.
Cheese and onion, and I get a chicken because I feel like it's chicken soup in a pasty. I love it.
I always get a chicken. I like the chicken ones.
Yeah, they're good.
They're alright, but I wouldn't have them as like.
I like the
I'd have a steak bake.
I used to always get a cookie, but I went and put about 3 more stone than I've got on now.
Oh, the donuts are unreal.
Yeah.
Yum Yums are nice.
Oh, the Yum Yums are good.
They are good.
Yum Yums are good. Greg's is elite, innit?
It is.
I've got like a card and I'm in there every day because there's nowhere else to eat.
I thought you were going to say like a black card then. I was like, have you got a black card?
No, look here. Although I know them that much now, that little lady, every time I go in for a sausage butty, I always get 4 sausages. Not 3.
That's such a good quote, isn't it? That's actually a really good. Imagine being at like a party making a conversation talk about that.
At the end of the day, they'll give me a free butty or I'll get a cookie and she goes, I put 2 in. Thanks. I like 2. I like 2 in, yeah.
I remember I asked for a cookie once. They gave me a broken one, so they gave me a free one.
Elite.
So 2, yeah.
What's wrong with a broken cookie?
Exactly.
Break up anyway.
Yeah, innit?
Literally.
That's odd.
I was buzzing with that.
Yeah.
Defo fancied you.
Maybe.
Defo wanted to get in your pants.
It was a bloke.
Okay.
No, there you go.
Even more.
Different world now. Oh, right.
Okay.
You're not going to ask me that question you ask, are you?
No, we're not
going to pedo question where you can't answer about being a pedo. Is that the one I'm thinking of? There's no right answer though, is there?
No, there's no right answer.
Whatever you answer, you're a pedo, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's either 2 cases or 1 though, isn't it?
Have you seen about Ben Mendy? He's been released. Well, he's on bail.
Yeah, I've heard he's been released on 7 charges.
My manager sent me a screenshot. I was like, oh, so is he going to be in the squad for tomorrow? I went, mate, he's on fucking house arrest.
Oh my God.
I was like, he's on fucking house arrest. Like, he's got a more strict house arrest than fucking Oscar Pistorius had. Like, so, no way.
It's going down. What's happened to Sigurdsson? Why do you not heard nothing about him?
Oh yeah, he's got to be going down as well, hasn't he?
Is it?
He's got to be.
Well, I've not heard anything new though.
He's still contracted, isn't he, to Everton? So he would have been back, wouldn't he? Anything he would have heard of.
But he's going to get quiet, isn't it?
He's going to get absolutely. He's going to be on the wing with like all the nonsense, isn't he?
I think he did it though. The other City player, didn't he? Johnson won it.
Yes.
Was he at City? He wasn't at City though when he did it. When he got caught, anyway.
Not when he got caught. Yeah, he was at Sunderland when he got.
Yeah.
When he got caught, but.
Okay, now.
There's a lot of scandals.
They've got a quote for it saying, you know, you've got to have a certain amount of English
You've got to be careful. People catfish though, don't they? It is a mad thing. So I'm just going to say it, but I did Tame Valley last year, a series on my channel about, it was COVID related, where you know what I mean.
It was good at Tame Valley.
I killed 4 clubs because of COVID, basically, and they formed to make one big club. So on my patrons, they pay me money every month, right?
Yeah.
So I said to them, like, you want to send a picture? I'll put you in the game or whatever. And this girl who's a patron subscriber sent me this picture, fit as frig, right? But I watch Catfish with the wife when I'm doing my computer, don't I? So I'm like, I'm going to Google image search this, find it. It's some Australian model. So I Instagram messaged her. I never tried that before. I'm not really down with all that. Instagram messaged her and she went, no, that's obviously not me. I'm not watching you on fucking Football Manager. I didn't think you were. I said, well, this girl's using your picture. I was like, how weird is that she has to use this fake picture? I don't get that.
What gains that either? Just to put it in the game?
I mean, it's beautiful, this woman. You know what I mean? This model. But why? She's obviously not secure enough to use her own picture. But the fact that people do that, I don't get.
I love that you play Catfish on a Football Manager video. That's quality.
Yeah, I love that show. That's one of the things she watched that I've got into.
I love Catfish. It's on MTV all the time. So whenever I'm on like Sky Go and you don't have anything to watch on Netflix, scroll down, straight away Catfish.
I miss the older version. Do you know when they used to actually go?
Yes.
That nervous. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
When they're knocking on the door, waiting for it to come out or whatever.
He doesn't do it anymore, that Max, does he?
Yeah, Max quit, didn't he? But it's all over Zoom now, isn't it? And I think it's lost a little bit of that excitement.
Have you seen the British one? So it's Skepta's sister.
Is that I'm gonna lose my job? Is that from that, or is that?
No. That's from like nonsense. Yeah, non-scout, like a Facebook video.
Oh, is that the one where they catch pedos?
Yeah. Now, have you been watching them live streams? They're really good. They're top quality entertainment.
Dirty little fucking weirdos, aren't they?
But it's good. Like, it's good to watch him squirm, and you see this. And he must be a big guy.
Yeah, one of them was a lad in Mosley, wasn't he? And this guy's got fucking kids and everything. And it makes you wonder. It's scary.
It is
See,
scary.
I never used to think about anything, and maybe you don't think of it as much. Because I didn't have kids till I was 38. So I didn't used to think about stuff. But once I've had kids now, whenever I see anything, it gets to you a little bit more. Because I think if someone did that to my boy, I would kill him. And I know for a fact now, for the first time, I would kill someone.
It's odd though. Like, people
easy to say.
People just like randomly, and they're just dropping on like fucking 12, and you're like,
I worry me.
You're grown, man. Like, just go out to the pub. You'll be able to start a conversation with someone.
People can't now. People can't. People, it's all online, isn't it? I know. I've got mates they've met the missus online, which is fair enough. But I'm just glad I was old school. I met my missus in a real world, and then I went to ask her out like a proper. I had to get the balls up to go to her in person. You know what I mean? Now it's like you can send little messages.
You met Aaliyah online, didn't you?
Yeah, it was
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a tool I might have used, but then you look like my mate who's got divorced. And he goes out on the piss, and he wake up in the morning. He's been messaging birds on Facebook, and
oh,
do you know what I mean? He's like, "Oh shit, that gets you in trouble." Which you couldn't do that back in the day, could you?
No, that's,
you know what I mean?
I saw some dodgy ones on Christmas Day. Some girls posting on Twitter. They got a "you up" message at 6 a.m.
You know what
Christmas
they want?
Day. It's like, no, I'm not up.
And if I am, I don't want to talk to you.
So what site were you on? Like proper? What site was it like?
Tinder.
All right, fair enough. It's a scroll. Is that the one where you swipe right?
Swipe one, yeah.
Fair enough.
Did you meet him in Liverpool?
Yeah.
That's odd, that, because she's from Ashton. So she's from around it, and you met her in Liverpool.
That's
How odd's that?
That is mad. That is meant to be, isn't it?
It's meant to be. Fate.
And she's now a
Was that
singer.
Yeah.
She's been in the pod.
Yeah.
I saw a brilliant thing on Twitter the other day. Some guy's screenshot this, no offense, but this big fat girl sorting out a McDonald's, and he went, "Been fucking catfished." but she's bought me a Mackie, so fuck it. Love that.
You'd be like, fair enough, yeah.
Sod it, I'll have some Mackies.
Big Mac meal. Can't say no.
Yeah, a good mate of mine, he met his missus online. I don't know if it was Tinder. They've got kids and everything now. So.
Yeah.
It works, doesn't it? Most people at work that I work with,
but then some of the matches, some of the people, like another mate of mine in the boozer, I was in tears. There's some of the birds that have been messaging and matching, and you're like, fuck it. Seriously. Fucking hell.
Some people, you play Tinder on someone else's phone?
No.
I've
never had a go because I've never been single to have a good nosy without.
Have you? So I played on our mate Billy. His phone, and I was just playing around with it, and it is fucking fun. It is you look at him and you're just like, you just fucking scrolling away because it means nothing to you.
I played on Gio's phone and messaged half the ones he matched with.
I do as well. You've got to message him though, haven't you? Yeah. That's part of the game. Luckily, Billy's one of them. I've
been saying daft shit though, me getting him in trouble. It'd be too hard not to.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything like that. Like, I kept it quite. I think he was PG, but I kept it non-racist, anti-Semitic, or anything like that.
You've got to be very careful.
I was nice-ish. Yeah. I made it pod friendly. So I was just fucking horrible. I was seeing these horrible chat lines, and like some of them were like fucking working and messaging back, and I'm like, what? You are tapped. It's good fun though. I recommend it. So yeah, we were saying we were going to talk about football, and we just haven't.
Well, we can segue in because I keep getting in trouble in a way because this year Football Manager's gone really PC on it. Have you had a gay player yet?
No.
But that's been out for a couple of years. They're developing the women's game, and then this year they've changed chairman to chairpersons.
Have they?
And
I've not even noticed that.
Man management on your staff is people management. So I'm not bothered about it, but I keep saying the chairman. I'm thinking shit, PC in it, because I've had a lot of grief from saying like I'm not a racist or anything like that. But there's the odd word you might say something wrong sometimes, being a bit, and you get hounded for it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like on Twitter once, I don't know what you like with your mates. I know it's immature maybe, but my mate said I love you, and I went, oh, well, gay for you. I just said it on Twitter once, and then that was a couple of years ago, and then someone was attacking me about something. And they've gone through my Twitter, found that.
It's scary now. I don't know what's on my Twitter
gone through my Twitter, and they started abusing me, saying you're anti-gay, you hate transsexuals, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm just not.
Yeah.
So we spent an afternoon then thinking of every offensive word I could think of. You can put it in, and it'll bring up all your old tweets. Delete. Just wipe the history, because I just thought anyone can jump on you. I never even thought of that, but when people are watching you and stuff, you say the wrong thing. Like I did a story, a billionaire challenge it was called, and I had friends of mine playing the characters, putting on accents, getting called racist. because one of them had a Chinese accent, one of them had an American accent, one of them had a Russian accent. I'm like, I'm racist because I'm using accents. I can't use accents. And
I don't get it. People love to just hound you, for
especially on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter's toxic. You're not on it, are you?
No.
It's toxic.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't advertise. I used to. I don't advertise anything on there. I'm on it, and I've got friends on it, and I'm in the.
You've got a lot of followers on Twitter, though.
Few, not that many.
Yeah,
2,000 or something.
Yeah, but it's like I think 2,000 is quite a lot.
Not too bad. Yeah, I could have more, but I mean, it's not something I use to promote my YouTube channel because it just attracts people that are assholes. Do you know what I mean? So I don't bother with that anymore. But I just stay in touch with things in the community through Twitter. Sorry,
go on.
Well, what I've done is over the years, is start to get to know my subs. So I'm in groups with them now, and I've become friends with loads of them.
I saw a podcast you did where you got like 3 or 4
of my subs, yeah. Because
I think that's such a clever idea. No one ever does that.
Yeah, instead of getting other guys, because they're all just on there for themselves. I get asked all the time, come on.
Yeah.
They just want to use you for your subs open. Do you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, I get my subs on because they're not after me for anything, are they?
Yeah, they watch me.
Like yeah. So yeah, it's good. I've got to know them.
I think that's a really good idea. And the podcast you did, it was quite an interesting podcast. It's so different. Especially where a lot of people just don't care about the audience, do they?
Well, my point was, just because they don't do football, like you, I could get you on. Just because you're not on YouTube, don't mean you don't know about the game. And you haven't got an opinion on it. I just thought it'd be more interested of people they've never heard of than me getting the same old people on to talk about stuff they've talked about before. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. It just makes sense. Like we've had, like most of the people we have on here are just people that we know. Really, and like it just works out.
Yeah, a bit jealous. Like you got the bands and all that. Like you know all these people. What the fuck are you?
It's just.
Are you that cool, really?
No. When you met us now, you now know exactly it's a no.
I've got to tell you this, right? So I'm doing my research and I've listened to some of yours. My little lad, by the way, Fletcher, loves it. Your like tunes and that because he's massive. I'm an old school indie guy, mate. Oasis. I was around when they were. I was 18 when they were massive and all that. So not interested. I used to like heavy metal. He's not bothered. House music, he loves it. So he just sits there like that, puts a dead little silly for. But anyway, so I was listening to the Sterling band. I listened to the other lad, but I forgot what they're called. The one who couldn't promote himself.
Call Youth.
That's it.
Yeah,
they're both good, aren't they? They're both like Oasis.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't know I had Spotify. Fuck's sake, I didn't know I had Spotify on my phone. So if you listen to it now, it comes up. So whenever I turn my car on, fucking Sterling band's been blasting out, right? But what I didn't know, this is before this, by the way. With my phone, everything connects.
Can I say Ethan's going to be fucking buzzing when he's hearing this? Ethan's going to be buzzing.
He's really good then. He's really good in it, I thought.
Yeah,
but anyway,
really
so
good.
this is a lesson I don't know if you've done yourself, right? You fuck's sake. Can't believe I'm going to say this. But my phone connects to my car, right? And I've got a big screen in it. And it shows what you've been watching. Even if I'm watching something, right, and I turn it all off.
He's not going to go where I think he's going to go.
I turn it all off, right? It still fucking comes up. I didn't know this until I went to pick my wife up early. So I've gone home, and what do you do sometimes when you're on your own? As a man, and you're a bit bored, you're like...
That comes up on you.
I might have a wank. Fuck it, right? So I'm on the old... I've watched a bit on my phone, right? Not noticed. Gone all the way to work. She gets in the car, she's like, Dave? I'm like, yeah. She went, what's this big boob lesbian sex fest? So it just says it, and I'm like, oh shit, love, I've had a wank. So now, whenever I watch anything, I just go straight to the Offbeat podcast straight away afterwards. So that's on instead. You know what I mean? Instead of it saying beating off, it says Offbeat. So yeah, I don't know why I've said that on here. But,
some of the stories that we've said. When I said about that wrestler story,
what's the disabled toy figure one?
I was like fucking 6, 7 as well, so I fucking it's why I used to do.
Did you have a sister though? Because I used to make He-Man shag She-Ra when I was a kid in the bath. Do you know what I mean? So. It's what you go to as a lad, isn't it?
Yeah, you get up to some fucking weird shit, don't you? Like,
I blame me dad because he's a dirty bastard. So there's no internet, and he used to go in his room and it'd be loads of porn mags. And back when him and his mates used to swap.
Even trying that?
One of his mates used to come round and he'd bring do you know what VHS is?
Yeah.
Just swap him. I'd be like, so we'd nick him. My mate's dads would have him, and we'd swap him between each other.
He's like match tax, isn't it?
But he's always the same ones. You always be like nowadays. It's fucking insane, isn't it? You can.
Yeah, it's like it's something like 60% of the whole internet is porn.
It's porn. Yeah.
That's mental.
Is it?
Yeah, it's mental.
It's everywhere, isn't it? I mean, my wife laughs because I do these story videos for Football Manager, and I need to get all these pictures together and videos and stuff to make the story background. And the amount of times I'm searching for something completely innocent, and I go on images and it's some guy's cock or some tits, and I'm like, I didn't even look for that.
Have you ever watched like a dodgy stream of like football? So I do it all the time. No. I use He's Goal because I don't have BT or anything like that. So I use He's Goal and it's quality. But you always click on it, and whenever you click on it, it always sends you over to like, and it's always porn, always porn advertising for it. And then once you always click off it, you click off it to go back onto He's Goal. It loads up Sky Bet, and I'm like, why have you gone from fucking porn to Sky Bet all the time? And you always have to close it twice to even get onto He's Goal. And I'm like,
that's good when you're watching a stream with your dad. This has happened to me in the past where I've been watching a stream with my dad, and because we don't have Sky or BT or anything, so every game's streamed, and then just porn comes up. He's like, "What's that, Dan?" I was like, "I promise it's a pop-up."
Swear.
Did you do that when you were younger? You'd watch it, tell your mum and dad, and something rude would come on a bit when they're having a bit of boob or something. You'd be sat there like, "Oh my god!"
It'd be the most awkward thing ever, wouldn't it? I remember watching Police Academy. Do you know the old Police Academy? I think like either the first one or the second one. It's like a full news scene. I was watching it when I was like 8, and I was like, oh my god, what do I do here? I was like horrified. I was like 8 years old. Yeah, I was because my dad was just obviously watching it and just forgot I was in the room. Yeah. And I was sat there like,
I'm getting to that stage now. I don't watch anything rude, but just certain things I could get away with watching. Now my lad's 4. It's like me missus the other day. I did something in the kitchen. She went, "Dave, you're a wanker." And before you all just went, "Yeah, Dad." Wanker. I went, "Oh, shh." It's getting to that stage now, and I'm thinking of stuff like that now. Wherever I didn't, I just watch whatever I wanted.
So you can't. We were talking about The Witcher before. You can't watch The Witcher when you got your kids around. No. Imagine that, just having your head chopped off. Like,
I watch Game of Thrones.
Can't watch most things nowadays.
Really. I watched Game of Thrones became a letdown. Witcher's good.
I started watching season 5.
I need to start again.
Yeah, it is good. You know, the second season is really good.
Yeah, I stopped at season 5 because I was watching it like just as the last season came out. And then I was on season 5, and then all my mates were like, "Oh, it's shit, like the ending shit." So I was like, I just binned it off.
Yeah,
I'd watched the 7th season though. I watched up until then.
Yeah, but still, you don't want to. If you know it's going to be shit, and that's the point.
Yeah, it's a trouble in it with the internet. Things get spoiled. That's why it was hard to not spoil Spider-Man for me.
Yeah,
because that was tough.
I made sure. I'm going to do it now. All the big ones that I want to go to, so like Black Panther.
Just go on the night.
I'm going on the day.
We've done that where it's when it comes out and you can go at midnight.
Yeah,
we've done that loads. If we're off the next day.
It's such a risk, isn't it? Because nowadays it's just stupid. Like people like to spoil other people, and you're like, come on.
But I love comics and Marvel and DC and Star Wars. I follow loads of channels on YouTube and Twitter and socials. So you've got to just avoid it.
I was just going to say then, like, because I'm not into like Marvel and Spider-Man as much as like you two might be. I've not seen a spoiler for Spider-Man yet.
Really? So I watch all the YouTube.
I know, but have you watched any old Spider-Man?
I watched the old Spider-Man.
All right, then it's okay.
Yeah.
It'll still be good.
Classic.
You're going to love it. Like it's such a good film. It's one of the best ones they've done, I think.
Yeah, it's weird how they can make something shit like Eternals.
Yeah,
and then go to something like.
I didn't think Eternals was that shit. I thought it was alright. It just had too many characters.
It depends on it. Everyone said Black Panther was shit, and I loved it.
Oh no,
not Black Panther. Black Widow.
I love Black Widow. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was really. It was a bit of a letdown with the main villain. Just because it was really good in the comics. He's such a good villain in the comics.
But it got Ray Winston.
Yeah, true.
I am Russian. He's not Russian. He's like a Cockney Russian. You know what I mean?
It was cool.
Don't do the accent. I'll be racist. Fuck's sake.
Does Ray Winston still do the Bet 365?
Yeah,
ads?
And he does the metal one, doesn't he? JK Metals.
Yes, yeah. That's
have you ever seen this?
Metal,
I remember watching a film when I was like 7 or 8, and Borstal or whatever it's called. Have you seen it? Where he's in Borstal?
No.
What's it? Scum, it's called. It's about him. He's a young teenager when he's one of his first jobs. It's about Borstal, like prison they used to send kids to. Fucking lad gets bummed in the greenhouse, proper bummed, and I was like, oh my god. Do you know, like raped off another lad?
Jesus.
And there's a bit where there's a mint bit where Ray Winston gets a fucking snooker ball in a sock and just beats the shit out of someone. It's a good film though. I bet it's good now as an adult.
You sold it to us.
Fucking, do you know, watching it like? I mean, some of the stuff I watched as a kid, like we used to have video shops. So when my dad would take me up there and I could pick whatever I wanted, I'm like, RoboCop. Yeah, okay. Let me watch RoboCop, which is an 18. But a guy gets his face melted off in the end, and I'm like,
Great film.
Good film.
Great film, but you shouldn't watch it when you're that young. Definitely.
But yeah, like, what's the other one? It's Predator, the first Predator, stuff like that. But never used to bother me as a kid. And they're going about it now, don't they? Like computer games and everything, ruining kids. But
oh, come on.
You've just got to be not stupid, that it's not real.
Do you know that? So my sister did psychology at university, and she did like a whole like assignment, or she did like a lecture on something. And do you know that more people get angrier at FIFA than they do at Call of Duty? And I listened.
Yeah, rage quitting.
Yeah, I listened to it and I thought that's fucking true. When it comes to COD, and like any aggressive game like that, sound like I'm calm as kind of world. When it comes to FIFA, I'm fucking fuming. I'm like throwing my controller and all sorts.
We used to play online together on FIFA years ago. There was a team, we'd all be a different position, and we had one guy called Phil, and he was shit. And we'd all never pass it to him, so he'd rage quit. But as soon as he rage quit, the computer took over his character, and he became good. So we wanted him to rage quit. Don't pass him it.
That's Ross in our friendship group, right? Definitely. But you get like, I remember back in the day when it used to be like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Like them lobbies when you used to be in the game lobby and you just you might be full party.
I've never been in a COD, never played it. I was always Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, stuff like that.
You needed to have thick skin to get through that. You used to just abuse random people on the internet. It was fucking sound. It was well funny. Everybody just abused everybody. It was welcome. And nowadays, like people just cry. Come on. It used to be horrible though. Some of the things that used to be said, like there was no limit. Everyone just like just go in on people. We were like fucking 13, 14 as well. We were just like
what, abusing, giving shit.
Yeah, just giving shit out to so many people.
Like this is gonna sound a stupid question. Can Football Manager be multiplayer?
Yeah,
can now.
It's getting better. It's getting better. So you can have like a friend of mine hasn't bought the new game because he's got an online save. So we could have an online save, and every Tuesday I meet up and we just carry on playing online. It's got better.
So are you on the same team then?
No.
You're the manager. You're a manager.
Yeah, so you're the manager. So what? Do you know what full manager is really?
Yeah. So if you play multiplayer, is he a manager of another squad then?
Yeah.
So I'd be Man United, you'd be City.
Right.
Or you won't be City, would you?
No.
But you can be a proper dick on it though, can't you? Because you can just start declare interest in every single player and watch all the players fucking leave, can't you? You can be like proper dicks of it. Which
but it is, do you know what? It's a good game. It's a niche game. And like I said,
such a great game. It's the best game I've ever played.
It's the only game I've ever played consistently and I never get bored of it. Because I don't know why. Because my other mate, I do a little mini-series once a year called I Hate Football Manager, because my best mate hates it. He don't get what it is. It's like this is shit. It's like a spreadsheet, but it's just so much more. It's so much more than that, I think. Do you know what I mean?
I get shit.
I love building a team, developing your players, and signing and doing all that stuff. Love it.
I get some right shit in our group chat because they all play FIFA and they all don't understand Football Manager. They just don't get it.
No.
But I love that. It's the only game where you can either play it as detailed as you want or you can play it so simple.
Well, I've played it that long. I can just get through it. I know what I'm doing. Where there's other people I talk to and they're like, they've spent all day just doing pre-season, sorting out little fighty things I don't bother with.
I don't bother with staffing.
Oh, I do. I'm big on staff.
I'm a big, I've seen your videos.
Like coaches and all that.
I know you're big on staff.
I think it works, but there's other things I don't bother with.
I'm a big director of football guy. Like, soon
you leave it to them?
Yeah, just leave it to them.
You can simplify it. So if you had loads of staff, you could have all your staff doing most of it for you.
That's what I do. For training, I don't bother with training. Fast.
But it is a good game. I mean, and they are good. I mean, like, plug me mate's mental health charity. But so on the games like the 3D engines, you know, like people will pay, don't they?
Yeah.
Product placement. Well, he got in touch with them last year, explained what they were doing. A Football Manager put them in it. So if you're playing your game, if you ever notice now, keep your eye out, you'll see that flash up. And they've kept it in again this year for free. So if you click on the ad board, you go straight to his charity and they can help you if you've got any mental health issues.
Yeah. That's class.
That's actually really good.
For free,
Because you promote it a lot on your channel.
Yeah, well, he was a subscriber of mine for years. We became good friends.
Really? I just thought he was just your mate from...
No, he's been from Manchester. It's from like FM18. So we just got chatting in the comments and we got chatting on WhatsApp and we became friends and met up and all that. And then he just thought, he like you maybe wanted to do it, but thought it'd be better on streaming because he's like you, I suppose, can chat and he's got a bit of bubbliness about him. And he just thought he could raise awareness whilst also just playing Football Manager. He's done really, really well out of it, to be fair. It's pretty cool. Last year he did a 24-hour stream.
That's a ball,
right? So I'd not met him up until that point. And I never go into his streams because it's always late at night and I get up early.
Yeah.
So I said, I promise I'll pop in. Right. So behind his back, messaged his wife. I said, you don't know who I am, like, but I want to come down. Will you let me in your house? And she's like, no, don't worry. Weird, isn't it? She's like, don't worry, you're on my TV. I know who you are. So she organised it with me. So I drove down to Liverpool And he's like, it's all set up like this.
Yeah.
And she's let me in the back, sneaked up behind him live and went, told you I'd pop in, mate. And the reaction I got, it was mint. Fucking jumping around, hugging me. Stayed for a few hours, it was quality. But so yeah, because he's given me so much, I just try and promote it. Because I've never suffered with mental health, but my wife has a bit. And I know people who have. And it is a big thing now, isn't it? So
it's massive.
Definitely.
It's so huge.
And that's one great thing about my channel. Over the years, I've had so many like messages of people saying, and it's weird to me because I just do it for fun. But when someone sends you an email saying, I've been struggling, but this series has got me through some bad times, it's like, it's good, isn't it?
You don't think about it, do you?
No.
Like, you never think about that at all.
No. But you might do it. There's someone like one guy in hospital for months and he ended up watching all my stuff. He said, I got him through it because he had nothing to do. But someone might do this with your pods. Find one of your pods, really like it, be trapped somewhere in hospital, and you might help get through it. Do you know what I mean?
It's weird. I mean, I've never thought of it like that.
I didn't think anything. I didn't think I'd get recognised. I didn't think I'd help anyone. I didn't think like Stockport County, they fucking let me come in, give me my own tour, let me have pictures and all that. I even took all my gear down and filmed an episode on the pitch.
Yeah.
When did you first think like, oh, I've like grown to a certain point?
I don't know, because I never got into it thinking it's going to be a job, numbers or anything. I just did it because it was really enjoyable to do. And if I'd have been more clever, like licked certain people's asses that are bigger than me, which I've never done, can't do that because they're pricks, or made certain videos which are boring but I know get views, because the guys out there who've grown, they make this generic shit that I couldn't do because I'd get bored. So I just make what I want.
That's the best thing too. That's what we do. So we get guests on. So like the reason why we get guests on is because we want to meet new people. We want to do this
hear stories
and just have a laugh. Like just have a laugh with people and like going to Leighton fighting. That was mental.
I keep forgetting his name. What's the lad called from Stirling Band? He said something. He was bang on. If he gets money one day and fame, that's great.
Yeah.
But you've got to love it.
Yeah.
You've got to keep, like the first year I did it, I had no subs. You've got to just keep going and going and going because you love it. Because I've seen so many people drop off. Like he said, if he keeps loving it, if he gets all that in the end, it'll be great for him, won't it?
Yeah, of course.
But if you don't love it, you're going to give up or be half-assed. And
it makes
that's what you
sense.
guys have got to do. You just got to keep plugging and keep consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we've had some days where we're just getting like 50 views or some videos, but it doesn't matter to us because we're just
it's not about the views.
We're just having a laugh, aren't we? And like some of the guests we've had,
if you keep at it, it keeps coming. Because I won't bore you with it, but YouTube likes it when you're regular. Because this year I lost my voice, a pretty serious thing happened. I couldn't speak for months. So when I came back to YouTube, I've never had a break like that. Fucking adverts were shit, views have gone down, everything, because YouTube puts you on the back burner then. Because now I'm being consistent again. I'm getting good adverts. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting pushed again. So just got to stay consistent. I love it.
That's what we do.
Do you reckon for any small creators out there, that's the main thing, just consistency?
Yeah, don't think about numbers. Do it because you love it. If you don't love it and you're doing it because for something else like fame or something, it's not going to happen. Just do it because you like it, you enjoy it. Because it's hard. Like you said, it takes time to edit. It takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time.
I mean, I earn a good few £100 a month, but for the hours I put in, it's not a part. I'm not doing it for the money. Do you know what I mean? I do it because I love it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's so much better. And like, so we've had a lad just confirm with us. He's from a band in Liverpool. Yeah. And like the band is big. Like they're like verified on social media and bands like that.
Right, okay.
And so your girlfriend Ali went for a drink with him, so he's Alia's mate, and she sent us a video, and he was like proper bigging up, being like, "Oh, I can't wait to come on the pod." I'm probably buzzing for it, and we're like, "Mate, you're in like."
Yeah, but then it's like me where I watch your first one, it's like great, but then you watch so many, I start to feel like I know you both because you've told all these stories. Yeah. And it's weird, isn't it?
Wait till you meet some of our mates and you're like, and you'll be it's like as soon as you meet Billy, like from what we've been talking about Billy today, with him being like a tradesman and stuff like that, you'll meet him and you'll be like, yeah, that's Billy. Yeah, straight away. Yeah. You'll look at him and you'll be like, yeah, there's a tradesman who's a fucking knobhead who's just completely like off his head. Yeah. Like people like that, but I feel like that's why people around here kind of like us as well, because they already know the stories that we're saying. Yeah. But like they just relate to us quite well.
That's why it's quite good, because it's not dead open, aren't you? And it's real. It's real. That's what I think you two come across as real mates who like each other, and that comes across to me, which is good. And that's why I always said to you earlier. What you see on my channel, I hope is what you see in talking to me today. I'm not putting something on. It's just being myself.
So much better.
I think that's the best way.
Have you ever had to G yourself up for a video?
No, but then maybe that's why I don't stream, because what happens if I'm in a mood, just had a row with the wife. I suppose you do that sometimes. The camera goes on and you go, I do my bit. But no, not really. I proper enjoy it. That's the thing.
I love doing this. Like you can start up a bit wavery, but as soon as you get into it, love it. It's so much fun. And like the amount of variation of people we've had on, it's mental.
Why do you have to G yourself up?
Not really,
no, not for this.
I've never had to G myself up. Do you have to see yourself up for like DJing? Because that's a long shift, that.
Yeah.
An 8 hour in a club.
Well, sometimes obviously there's days where you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
But you get there, and then as soon as the music starts playing, you're into it.
When you go home, do you listen to house, or do you put on a bit of country, a bit of jazz?
I listen to a podcast.
Do you do a bit of jazz in a sample? Was it jazz in your sample? Or
yeah, a few tracks.
That was such a weird message I got at 4 a.m.
Just been listening to a bit of jazz.
So odd.
The thing is, though, when I was younger, I used to be like indie house. Because used to go, there used to be a club, I think it's moved. We used to go to a club called Venus in town every weekend. Massive into house and all that. It was like 20 years ago. But in reality, I like 80s music and all that. Though cheesy
love
stuff.
80s music.
I love a ballad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the car now, I've always got Smooth on. I've gone away from listening to all that.
Unreal. Smooth is unreal. It's such a good... As soon as like Marvin Gaye comes or something like
You hear that, though?
bit of Luther Vandross. Oh, mate, I am right in there.
Mr.
Oh, straight in there. I'm like, I love it. So when we have a radio on at work, I like full on go like, we're having Smooth on here.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
Do you listen to house all the time? If you have a break, what's your other go-to?
Drum and bass.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
So it's just always like,
No, I like a bit of everything, mate.
Yeah, I do now, to be fair.
Two-door
quite a lot. As well.
Yeah, you listen to Two-door and like Bombay Bicycle Club.
Oh, you reminded me of something. My mate, like, he does this sketch on his streams where he gets everyone in a party mood, cheering them up, and they all have a beer. And he plays, is it Jerry, your favourite?
Oh, I fucking
But they all
love
sing,
Jerry.
they all call it Tesco bags. It's at a festival, it's the same scene he uses all the time.
Yeah.
I can't sing the song, but it sounds like he's going Tesco bags.
Yeah,
Tesco
Disco Land.
bags.
It's Disco
Land, yeah. But yeah, I remember you mentioning it. That's it, yeah.
See,
and he puts on he does this one thing. It's all about getting him G'd up and happy.
Yeah.
He puts on a scouse wig and glasses, has a beer, and he's dancing around on stream, like, singing that bit, playing in the background.
It's quality. So that is so Jerry Cinnamon, he's just like a crackhead from Scotland who just loves it, and that is like it's a mixture of 3 songs. Right. So a really famous happy hardcore song. And then
it's a good song, though, isn't it?
It's a great song.
It looked like it'd be good at a festival. Everyone's bouncing.
Going.
So I showed Kieran it. So Kieran, I put a story on. So I make Kieran. He's big into his donk, like really out there, like electronic.
Oh,
do you know? Have you ever heard of like donk?
Bounce
or,
music. Do you know,
happy hardcore music.
Oh, happy hardcore, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So stuff like that, and he's dead into it. And I showed him Jerry Cinnamon. Don't get it at all. He's like, why'd you just watch a man with a guitar?
Yeah.
And then I put a video on of like Disco Land when I went seeing him recently, and he replied to it and he went, do you know what? I'd fucking love that. And I went, yes, I know you would. Because it's not just a man with a guitar, he's a proper show. And he's just there playing fucking happy hardcore songs. It's good though. Mental. He's so good.
Yeah. I never heard of him until I saw his stream.
It's elite.
I'm just well out of it. I used to be well into everything, knowing everything, but
you do
since I've had kids, I don't listen to as much. I don't go to gigs anymore. The last gig we went to was fucking Bon Jovi at the Etihad. We walked out halfway through. He's playing all new stuff with like, where's the classics?
Living on a prayer, always.
Best concert I ever went to. Weirdly, I hated him and all, but the wife's a Shed 7 fan. You ever heard of them?
No.
They were an old indie band from back in the day. Like, they were massive, and they were playing at the Academy on Oxford Road. Is it? So I took her there as a secret when I asked her to marry me. It's like the best thing ever. She's like, Shed 7. I went, yeah. Anyway, they were well good. Do you know when you go and see someone live, you're like, actually, you're fucking really good.
Yeah, so I did that recently.
Sorry, you asked your wife to marry you at the gig?
No, well, it was when the Manchester Wheel was still there.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 2013 or something like that.
Yeah.
Wait till I got to the top, got on one knee. I said, right, I've got a surprise for you. She's like, what? Well, let's go. And I forgot how far it is down the road. Walking down Oxford Road for ages. She's like, where are we going? Just trust me.
It's 25, 30 minute walk, that. That's like half an hour walk.
When I pulled out the Shed 7 ticket, she was creaming her knickers.
And you're like, yes!
I was in that night, you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed it. That and Bryan Adams. That was one of the best gigs I've ever been in my life.
Bryan Adams.
It was fucking amazing.
I love Bryan Adams.
He's about this big. So we're at the back.
He's tiny, innit?
We're at the back, right, and it's good. And then all of a sudden he disappears. And he just appears from behind this little band, this like drum set and everything, comes out of the ground right next to us. And then Bryan Adams is there. And
he's there looking over the top drum.
Tiny. Fucking brilliant though, that gig.
Cool. Do you know what? I fucking love this episode. This has been my favourite episode.
Yeah.
You say it every time. He says it every time.
But this one, definitely.
Yeah, this one's been fun.
Well, this is one of theirs. So I watched you for many years.
Have you really?
Yeah. So like the Denton Villa ones. That's when I first started, because it was weird seeing someone like play a
From
game
close.
that I like doing it. Like with it's such a like
Denton Villa, so you just made your own.
Yeah,
Denton Villa were a real team when I was a kid,
right.
and they've become Denton Youth now.
Yeah.
So I used to play for Denton Villa as a kid.
What's your greatest Football Manager achievement?
A treble, 3 trebles back to back with Man United.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that was the year before I came on YouTube, and I got to my 3rd treble, and I was like, I'm bored now. You can get bored when you get too good.
You can get bored. I always start off. So when the Tier 10 database comes out, I love it. I start with Glossop North End, so they're just at the back of the year. Always Glossop North End. Take them right the way up. And then you get on that back-to-back promotion route.
My mate Elliot used to play for them, striker. Elliot Priest.
Ooh.
He's good. Semi-pro, I think he was.
Should we get him on?
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's a Football Manager fan.
Have you ever took a team from like 10th division to?
Oh yeah, loads.
Yeah.
It's dead easy though. It's unrealistic, but it is easy. Like every series I've started, I usually start in non-league, and you can carry him all the way through.
All you need to do is get to the 3rd round of the FA Cup one year. You get a shitload of money. You get a big.
We can get like tycoon takeovers and stuff like that. So someone will buy you out, or once you get up there, it is easy. And if you know how to play the game, like if you played it for years, you know how to find players, you know what to do with them players.
Yeah.
You find a good tactic, you boss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you set a difficulty?
Yeah, well, sort of. The way you do it is your manager stats, isn't it?
Yeah, so I always try and go low.
You start off with badges, so
Right.
you can be like Sunday League level. So when you're talking to your players, they won't listen to you because you're shit.
Yeah.
Or you can go all the way through the coaching badge, and if you're top end, you're going to be motivating them more when you're shouting at them on the pitch, because you can shout at them while you're playing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give out instructions.
So I always go high mental and I go low everything else.
I always say that.
I leave the staff to do all
Yeah,
the
coaches do that.
Yeah,
bit.
I leave the coaches, so I always go high mental. If I'm starting low, I go low, obviously. I like to build myself up. But then when you go to like your board asking for like a coaching badge, and they're like, nah, you're getting too good for us. Have you read that?
Yeah.
And you're like, would you fuck off? I'm doing a one-man roll to glory. That's all I want to know.
You're making money in your wages, but you can't spend it. Why can't I spend it on new badges? That annoys me.
Can you manage a club and then get scouted by another club?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. So you get clubs coming in offering you an interview. Have you ever, so clubs come in offer you interview. You go to the interview and they don't give you the job, and you're like, you asked me to come to this.
On the older versions, if you showed an interest, you get sacked. Whereas now it's a bit more realistic.
it's a bit more realistic.
Your club will be like, well, we'll do whatever we can to keep you.
Yeah.
Man United will come and you'll be like, no, fuck off, I'm going. I mean,
I like one road to go. Road to go is just one club. I'm a one club man. If I get into I'm at the moment I'm doing county.
Although I do a journeyman series. I've done it 3 years now, where I'll go somewhere random and I'll go on a little adventure and I talk to the camera and all that shit. But I never used to do that. I'm a one club guy. I used to be, but that's taught me so much about football around the world, because everything's real. The rules, things I didn't even know about, like when you go to some random country like Paraguay and that, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, if you go to like Mexico, you can only like really sign. There's this one club in Mexico where you can only sign Mexico players, and like Atletico, Bilbao. You can.
In China, you can only have Chinese keepers, and they're all shit.
It is. It's so like it's really interesting, because you find yourself in like you find like a wonder kid from like Paraguay, and you're like, fucking love that.
Does he know what that is? A wonder kid. It's like, if he says like a wonder kid next to his name, you know he's like top level.
Yes, so I'm trying to be at the moment wonder kid. So Ryan Gravenberch at the moment from Ajax, he's like going to be the next big thing. He was always been a wonder kid.
How do you say his name? Makoko.
Oh, yes.
From Dortmund, he's one.
Yeah. He's going to be silly good. Like
Greenwood's a wonder kid on it.
Yeah. So like Foden, Cole Palmer,
so it's
people
like
that.
realistic then.
It's really realistic. Like Phil Foden.
Actual coaches use it, because Football Manager have got scouts all around the world working for football clubs to get all the stats, and clubs actually use Football Manager to scout for them.
Did you know that?
Crazy. No.
So they'll look in the database, because it's like hundreds of thousands of players and every detail on them in there. So they can say, right, Football Manager says he's good, let's go and check him out. And it's worked loads for people, hasn't it?
It's like Brentford. So you have like Brentford Moneyballing.
Yeah.
It's quite similar to that, where people will look at stats and be like, oh, he's quick on this. He's good at finishing.
Because it's not just their attributes; it's like the mentals and what they're like as a character and everything like that.
How can they judge that, the scouts?
It's
knows?
I don't know. It's really interesting. Like I'd imagine being like they've got scouts everywhere. There's so many, but like.
Are we overlapping?
I mean, we've been going on for like 40 minutes. To be fair, that camera stopped 10 minutes ago. But yeah, what do you want to plug, mate?
My YouTube channel, Bood FM. Is the camera stopped?
Bood
FM, football manager. I just do football manager. Let's plays, experiment stories. And my friend's mental health charity, Evolving Mindset.
Definitely.
We'll link everything in the description. Do you have any like Instagram or?
Yeah, I've got Insta, Twitter.
Yeah, we'll link everything in the description.
Your channel.
We'll link it all in, and we're getting you hoodie as well.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It'll be around.
I'll wear it in my episodes. I'll be plugging the shit out of this on my channel. Don't want to.
Nice one, mate.
We really appreciate it. Well, part two. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe.
Part two coming
It's
up.
been a pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make sure like, comment, subscribe.
I'm a big fan.
I find it's mental because I cold emailed you. It was a cold email, wasn't it? I used my cold calling tactics a little bit. But yeah, and like. And then we were chatting. I remember the next morning we were chatting fucking ages.
I fucking sent. I messaged him on WhatsApp and I'm chatting to my other mate, and I'm fucking dead busy at work, so I've just instantly sent this message for my mate straight to you, Anna.
And it was a 5-minute long story about Russians, about how he met
shagging some birds.
It was such a good. And I listened.
I just got a message saying, "Is this supposed to be for me?" I was like, "Yeah." So I realised Luke was like, "Oh, dickhead."
It was quality, though. It took about like Russians and all. I was like, "This is fucking sick story."
It's not for me, this, is it? I'm a bit of a bell, yeah.
Well, we'll see you next week anyway. Next Wednesday. Like, comment, subscribe as always. Show us some love. Make sure you go over to Bood, show him some love as well. Cheers for coming on. Done us a massive favour coming on here. So really appreciate it. Yeah, and we shall see you next week. Thank you.
Next week.